Dr. Humphrey Osmond of Saskatchewan, Canada. During the late 40s and early 50s, his experiments with mescaline gained wide attention. One of those closely following Osmond's work is the celebrated author of Brave New World, Aldous Huxley. Although nearly blind, Huxley compensates for this handicap with his extraordinary intelligence. His life seems dedicated to a continuous quest for knowledge.
And he was considered by European intellectuals probably the brightest young literary man of his generation in any of the Western countries.
Huxley is fascinated with the possibility of expanding his consciousness through the use of drugs such as mescaline. He has studied cultures whose members ingest plants with hallucinogenic properties to stimulate godlike visions. He theorizes that there is a mechanism in the brain that can open a door to a higher realm of consciousness. Humphrey Osmond is stunned when Huxley volunteers to be a guinea pig in his mescaline experiments. By using mescaline as a spiritual seeker, not a scientist, Huxley enters the surreal world of spiritual imagery.
Everything he looked at was transfigured. When he looked at plants, he could just see them, rather like Albert Hofmann before him, bursting with life, bursting with color.
After his experience with mescaline, Huxley begins encouraging others to try it as well.
In essence, what Huxley was saying was that drugs like LSD should be seen as a potential boon for mankind, for humankind. That they could be used not simply in a scientific context, but they could be used by normal people to study themselves, to investigate themselves as a tool of self-exploration and self-discovery.
Huxley writes a book about the experience in 1954. It is titled The Doors of Perception, after the observation by poet William Blake that if the doors of perception were cleansed, everything will appear to man as it is, infinite. Aldous Huxley died on November 22, 1963. He soared into the afterlife after receiving his last request, an injection of LSD.